This is a video to get you back on the right track. Why did you start fitness in the first place? Because I fell for this myself. Built an aesthetic body to attract females. So I get into the gym, build a bit of muscle, and slowly it starts to become this self-fulfilling cycle where I want to get bigger and bigger and bigger. I start spending more and more and more time in the gym, eating more and more and more like a bodybuilder. 1.5 months ago, I looked at myself in the mirror and was this my goal in the first place? So I've been lifting for 2 years now. Look, I'm extremely big, I'm jacked. For a 17-year-old, like nothing to say, I get a lot of compliments. But as talking about aesthetics, I'm really strong in a lot of muscle groups, but the overall feet taper is still kind of bad. So I'm lean, I have, let me show you, I have a good ab region, I have chest, I have every single muscle group. It's all going well. But as a whole, it is still not really that aesthetic. It is just, I'm a big bunk of muscle. And it became this, yeah, I want to get just a bigger arms, I want a 50 centimeter arms. Bro, your goal was to attract girls. Most likely your goal was to attract girls. I started eating like a bodybuilder. Lots and lots of carb pasta, high glycemic index. And as you maybe can tell, like, I had a lot of acne about a month ago. It is now, you should understand, it's kind of cleared up at this point. And it is still like bad. It is still like not as I want it to be. And I got this mindset of, oh, yeah, it doesn't matter, acne will go away, muscle will stay. But my end goal was to attract girls with muscle building. And of course, it is like normal that, yes, the gym will become fun and you will start to push around heavy weights. And that's totally fine, like, hey, I'm still doing it. I really enjoy like the powerlifting aspect right now, so just pushing heavier weights. But one thing, remember why you started. What was that fire? Because that's probably says something about what really matters to you. To me, it was just to like have more confidence, to look attractive to girls. I'm still attractive to girls. Like I'm still big, but it can be better. I just look at my physique in the mirror, like I have big shoulders. But I look at my shoulders and I'm like, you know what? Actually, my side delts need to be rounder if I want to really look attractive. If I really want to have that feet taper. Actually, my lats, so I'm really focusing on arms. I really find training arms fun. It is one of my stronger muscle groups. But that also means that because I'm training with a bit of a looser form, my lats are not growing that much, which also means that my feet taper is not that great. This is a video to get you back on the right track. Maybe you have been like wandering around and wandering off the path that you were supposed to go on. You started to really focus more on powerlifting. And I'm not saying, hey, you need to completely quit it. But just remember that, hey, what started me? For me, it was attracting girls. So then having like impressive squats doesn't matter that much. Hey, if you want to do it for yourself, still do it. But don't let the opinions of others now dictate your feelings. So for me, it was like, oh yeah, the bench press. I really want to improve my bench press. But it was more so about the girls or the guys who asked me about my bench press, and I thought, oh, they're interested in it, and my bench is not really strong for my size, so they will be a bit disappointed when I tell them that I only bench like 110. And that is why I really started benching, which is still a good thing. And then within a month, I increased my bench with 10 kg. I'm right now on 125 kg, but it is not like the main purpose. And that is what you need to remember. What was the main purpose? Because maybe if you want to attract girls and you just really feel lonely, you want to, because life is not just fitness. For all the gymmers out there, I hate to say it, fitness is a big part of your life, but not the only part. You will need to dial in your business and your dating. And with dating, I would say just loved ones, so family and dating. Those are like 3 big pillars. And then with fitness, we are also like putting in like health and longevity and stuff. You can really focus on looks maxing and health maxing and building aesthetic body. But that is just one of the 3 pillars. If you do not have like a good girl you can date, have like fun with, have good experience with, you have not like contact with your family, you are broke. I hate to say it because I wish it would be otherwise, that you could just be rewarded for your input in the gym. It is not. You're just not that good in the gym. You don't have the best genetics. You're not going to be that guy who gets sponsored and who doesn't have to work anymore and can just completely focus on the gym. Yes, that's sad to say, but you also need to focus on business. So I started this video to say, hey, don't wander off your path. Remember why you started. And I would want to add to that, don't just do fitness. Because I have done this for like the past 6 months. After I finished school, I just started focusing on fitness, working out every single day. I'm still going to work out every single day, but not for 3 hours a day anymore. 4 hours even sometimes. Just because I had nothing really to do with my day, I was filling up my time. And now I'm sitting here. You know what? I'm still young, but I'm just going to focus more on business. I'm still going to work it every single day, make sure I'm growing. Like, I'm not being a pussy here. Oh no, I'm just maintaining. No, I'm still going to grow, bro. I have aspirations as well. I still want to attract girls. I want to get even bigger. I cannot train my legs for already a month, maybe for like 1 month more. I cannot train my legs. I need to up my legs when I can train them again. But you need to understand that business and dating is just as important as fitness. It is not just fitness, because you will feel really empty a few years from now, and then you will need to put in a lot more effort into business and dating then, which means that you need to subtract a lot of effort from fitness, and that means that your fitness starts to go downhill, you start to look less attractive, but then you have like the girl and now you want to get to fitness again, you put more time, you lose the girl, you get like less revenue in business. Try to grow it all at once with different ratios. So for me it was like a 10% business, maybe like an 85%, 10% business, 85% gym and 5% dating. Now it's going to be like 40% business, 40% gym, 20% dating. Maybe it is going to be in a few months from now, 70% business, 25% I don't know. But you get what I mean. You can play around with the variables. That's just, I want to yap this stuff out of my mouth. Just remember that the gym is not the only thing you have in your life.